Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the k-means clustering. This is the sixth instance in the series. Let's see that. So, what is k-means clustering? It is a type of unsupervised learning which is used when you have unlabeled data. Unlabeled data, that is data without defined categories or groups. The goal of this algorithm, we can say, is to find groups of data. Is to find groups in data, and the number of groups is given by k. The algorithm works iteratively to assign each data point to one of the k groups based on the features. So clustering is done by on the basis of features. Data points are clustered based on similarity. We will be talking about algorithm. The algorithm uses iterative refinement to produce final result. The algorithm inputs are number of clusters and the data set. So the data set and the clusters formed will be taken as input, and wherein the data set is a collection of features for each data point. The algorithm starts with initial estimates for k centroids. So for each cluster, centroids are estimated, which can either be randomly generated or randomly selected from the data set. There are two steps between which the algorithm iterates. First is data assignment and second is centroid update. After these two steps, it iterates between these two steps, that is data assignment and centroid update. In case of data assignment, each centroid defines one of the cluster. In this step, each data point is assigned to its nearest centroid. So if we have a data point and we have a nearest centroid, so it is assigned to that centroid based on squared Euclidean distance. Again, the Euclidean distance is the measure used for this algorithm. Then second step is the centroid update. In this step, the centroids are recomputed. This is done by taking the mean of all data points assigned to that centroid cluster. So suppose there are various data points and these are assigned to a cluster, so their mean is taken. The algorithm iterates between these two steps until stopping criteria is met. But how does the algorithm stop? Like, what is the stopping criteria? So the stopping criteria may be no data points change cluster, or sum of distances is minimized, because we are trying to maximize the sum of distances, or some maximum number of iterations are reached. So this is all about the algorithm. Now, how do we choose the value of k? The algorithm that we told about finds the cluster and data sets for a particular chosen value of k. But the user needs to run the k-means clustering for a range of k values and update, compare the results first. So before knowing the value of k, we need to run the algorithm for a range of k values and then compare the result. By compare, we mean that mean distance between data points and their cluster centroid is calculated. One of the common metrics that is commonly used to compare results across different values of k is the mean distance between data points and their cluster centroid. A number of other techniques exist to validate k, including cross-validation, information criteria, etc. In addition, monitoring the distribution of data points across groups provide insight into how the algorithm is splitting data for each k. So how does the algorithm work? We initialize k points randomly. We categorize, then second step is categorization. We categorize each item to its closest mean. And when we update the means coordinates, which are the averages of the items categorized in that mean so far. And then we repeat the process for a given number of iterations, and at the end we have our cluster. What are the uses of k-means clustering? So, find groups that are not explicitly labeled. We have three types. In that we have behavioral segmentation, inventory categorization, and sorting sensor measurements. Under behavioral segmentation, we have examples like segmentation by purchase history or segmentation by activities on application websites. Create profiles based on activity monitoring. In inventory categorization, group inventory by sales activity. So sales activity can be one of the parameter, or manufacturing metrics can be one of the parameter. In sorting sensor measurements, parameters that can be group images, separate audio, or identify groups in health monitoring, etc. So this was all about the k-means clustering. See you in the another video.